So I'm recording this with my phone in the Shorty's parking lot, which is only a little bit awkward, but I wanted to pull the camera out and talk about the doctor's appointment I just got out of. I had another doctor's appointment. I know I mentioned before that I had gotten scanned and that's how they determined I had PCOS and that I had a simple cyst on my right ovary that was like 3 centimeters large or something like that. And so I had my follow-up scan today to see if that went away or not, and it didn't. It's still there. No change. I think it's still the same size. It's obviously still in the same spot, but it's still there. It hasn't gone away. And my doctor was basically like, you know, it's not life-threatening or anything, but it should go away on its own, but there's a chance that it won't. And she wants to have me come in again 6 weeks from now to scan again to see if it has gone away. And at that point, if it hasn't gone away, she thinks that I should get surgery to remove the cyst because it could be affecting my fertility and stuff like that. So that's where we're at right now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that it'll go away before the next scan. But I'm also gonna try to be a little bit realistic and think, well, was there the first scan? It was here the second scan. Who knows how long it was there before I got the first scan? It could just be something that's just there and that I just have to deal with, and that we just need to go ahead and get removed. But that is the current state of affairs. I might have to get surgery to get this cyst removed. So yeah, other than that, the cycle has been going fine. I never got a peak ovulation test this month. I had a low test and then I had highs for 7 days straight. So it's possible that I still ovulated and I just never got a peak result. But I don't know, we'll see. We could. I'm supposed to get my period not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. So we'll see if it comes. But I'll see you then. I'll see you when it's time to test for this cycle. Bye. This is a terrible angle, and I don't even know if the sound is good because you're probably really hearing the car because I'm driving. But now I have this cool little magnet mount for my car, so I don't have to physically hold the phone. So what was I going to talk about? Oh, so on Monday, I had my third ultrasound to look at that cyst again, and it's still there. It's still the same size as last time, which is good. Between the first ultrasound and the second ultrasound, it did get a little bit bigger, about 1 centimeter bigger. But between the second one and this one, it stayed the same. She says, she being the doctor, says that it is obviously benign because it's not causing me any pain, and it's still relatively small, about 4 and a little bit centimeters at its biggest dimension. And so she wants to, because of that reason, she wants to leave it for a little bit longer. She says because it is benign, she doesn't, it seemed to me that she felt like it was a bit of an overreaction to be like, let's do surgery right now and get rid of it because it is benign. She said there's no way to know what sort of impact it's having on my cycle and my fertility, so there's no guarantee that taking it out is going to fix any of those problems. And she said the only thing that could happen by leaving it in is that when you have a cyst on your ovary, you're at a slightly higher chance of having an ovarian torsion. But she said it's only a slightly higher chance, you know, than someone who doesn't have a cyst on their ovary. And she said, you know, the thing that would happen with that is that A, it's extremely painful, and then B, I would have to then have emergency surgery for them to flip the ovary back into the correct position and remove the cyst. She said best case scenario, if I have an ovarian torsion, they can get me in, move the ovary back into the right position, get the blood flow going again, take out the cyst, and then everything's fine. Worst case scenario, I lose my right ovary, which I need both those ovaries. They're already not doing a very good job of their job anyway, So I really need to keep both of them, preferably. So there's that. Second thing to update on is that 4 weeks ago, I got a tattoo. I'll insert a picture here. So I got this tattoo of pomegranates that I tell people it's because of Greek mythology and because of the Hades and Persephone story, which I do love, and that is part of the reason. But the main reason is that pomegranates are symbols for lots of things. One of them is fertility, and I have 2 of them. And to me, they kind of represent my ovaries being full of cysts that are full of seeds, and, you know, they represent me having PCOS and this time in our lives when we're trying to conceive our first child. That was a nice thing that made me feel good, that I like, and that is related to this whole scenario and stuff. So there's that. As far as this cycle goes, I'm holding out hope for this cycle. I'm on cycle day 20, 22, something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to check to find out for sure. But I'm about, I think I'm about 6 or 7 DPO. I think from my BBT spike, about 7 or 8 days, 6 or 7 days or whatever. One of those. I'm trying not to overanalyze symptoms. After my BBT reached its peak, it did sort of stay in the same area for about 2 or 3 days. Today it did go down a little bit, about 0.2, like about 0.25, about 0.2 of a degree, which is a little discouraging. But who knows? It could just be user error. This is my first full month tracking my BBT, and it could just be user error. So, still holding out hope. We did a lot better this month. I feel like we did our job as often as we could, and it never felt forced, or, you know, how sometimes when you're TTC, sometimes when you're TTC, it can just feel like a chore, and sometimes you don't really want to do it, and you do it, and it's not fun, and that's not how you want it to be. So I tried to work a little harder this month on just keeping everything lighthearted and having fun with it, and not getting stressed out about it, and just doing it when we wanted to do it. And, you know, maybe this is too much insight into our sex life, but it makes a difference when you're TTC. If you're also TTC and you're watching this, that makes such a huge difference in just your demeanor and like the way that you're looking at this whole process. You know, it helps. And, you know, I'm pretty confident that I ovulated this month. I know I had that spike. I really observed a good amount of egg white CM, which I don't always experience. I didn't do OPKs this month just because I don't know if I trust them. And it's a lot of money to waste if you don't know if they're correct, if your body is even giving off the right amount of hormones for it to even give you a proper reading. So I don't know if I trust them. So I decided not to do that, just to, you know, baby dance with my hubby as much as we wanted and felt like it, and we've done a good job, and I have high hopes for this month. Like I said, I was a little bit discouraged by my basal body temperature going a little bit down this morning. But I think there's still a good chance. You know, we did our job. I really think I ovulated. But there's no way to know. We'll see in a week or so if any of that holds true. So, fingers crossed. I didn't update on the past couple cycles. I didn't even get to test my past couple cycles because my period started on cycle day 25 and then 24. Those are really short cycles for me. I don't usually have short cycles like that. Usually longer, usually somewhere between 32 and like 50 days is my usual fluctuation. So 24, 25 kind of made me feel a little weird. I wasn't very comfortable with that. It seemed weird to me. I'm really just feeling worried. I'm feeling nervous. I really would like for this to be our month. It's our 5th cycle trying. If I got pregnant this month, by the time we go to Jordan to visit Andrew's parents for Christmas, I would be 11 weeks. So that would be really nice to be able to be that far along then, and to be able to tell his parents in person, and, you know, feel very comfortable telling people at that point. It would be really nice. It would just, logistically, it would work out well. But I'd like to be pregnant for Christmas. That would be such a gift. I'm really trying to stay optimistic, but I just don't know, man. The 2-week wait is killer. Because you just don't know. One minute you think, yeah, I'm definitely pregnant. I definitely feel like I'm pregnant. I definitely feel like this is our month. And then the next minute, you know, you're like, nope, I'm not pregnant. Let's just get this over with. Let's just get my period so that we can try again next month. And it just sucks. It just sucks. I just wish that I could just be pregnant. That would be great. You know, this is our 5th cycle trying, which is, you know, more than some, but certainly not as much as others. I know there's girls out there, couples out there who have been trying for years and years and years. But I feel like any amount of time to wait, you know, just feels like you've waited forever when you want something this bad. Oh, give it another week and we'll find out.